When playing for a powerhouse program, sometimes even the most talented players have to wait when it comes to playing time. At Dallas area power Cedar Hill, wide receiver DaMarkus Lodge has been taking a 2-year lesson in patience and trust. Going into the 2012 season, Lodge, a sophomore at the time, felt it was his year to shine, but he's playing behind 4 future Division I receivers. Head coach Joey McGuire urged DaMarkus to be something he wasn't used to being: patient.
At first it was pretty frustrating my sophomore year, sitting behind Quincy and Quiv, knowing that I could play.
We knew how good he was going to be, but he was also facing guys that were going to go to Ole Miss and or trying to compete against guys that were going to A&M. So it wasn't like he was competing against guys that weren't as good as him. You know, it was one of those deals that he had to just keep learning, wait his time, and we knew it was going to happen.
Being patient is easier said than done, and it would have been even harder if Lodge had a coach he didn't believe in. But DaMarkus had Joey McGuire, the consummate player's coach.
Just me trusting Coach McGuire so much and trusting his word, because he's never went back on his word on anything. Everything he says is going to happen. So, I mean, him just being loyal to me, it helped me stick that out.
At the beginning, it was a little frustrating, but he figured they put him on the varsity to learn, watch the game. That way, to his junior year, he can excel.
And Lodge certainly did excel. In his junior year, DaMarkus had his breakout season. In his first year as a starter, Lodge hauled in 72 passes for over 1,600 yards and 22 touchdowns.
If you go one-on-one with DaMarkus, then you got a chance to hear our band and our fight song. And that's not being arrogant, that's facts. I mean, you go through and you look at who he played last year, and the better you are or the more offers you have, I think the better he's going to be. He's that good.
There was a time when there was some doubt that Lodge would ever play for Cedar Hill. As a freshman in a training session, Lodge would go up against Jamal Adams, a current LSU Tiger who was at nearby Hebron High School at the time. Adams played physical with Lodge all day and almost drove the wide-eyed freshman out of the sport.
First time out there, Jamal Adams pressed him real hard. I mean, like really hard. It was unexpected, and that kind of broke his will a little bit. And he was like, "Dad, I don't know."
He gave me doubts on whether I wanted to play football or not. I mean, I started training with basketball. I thought that was going to be my sport, but I took what Jamal did to me as motivation to get better and work out every day. That was my motivation. So I'm glad that happened.
The Longhorn faithful are glad Lodge chose to continue on the gridiron because he helped lead Cedar Hill to a state championship last year. During the playoffs, the coaching staff added a new Lodge Cat formation in order to get him a few more touches. It worked out perfectly as he scored a huge second-half touchdown out of the Lodge Cat that helped spark the comeback. Now Coach McGuire says there may be one more wrinkle to look out for.
I'll tell you what's going to be scary that's going to be added to it. And, you know, I'm not trying to surprise anybody if anybody hears this, but he's got an arm. He's got the second best arm on our team. So don't be surprised if he doesn't throw it a couple of times. And, you know, we usually keep our quarterback in the game, so we're coming up with some pretty good trick plays out of the Lodge Cat.
Lodge was once committed to Texas A&M, but his list is now wide open again, and several powerful programs across the SEC, Pac-12, and Big 12 are in the mix. Eventually, he'll find a coach that he trusts like Joey McGuire, and he'll once again be patient as he aims to emerge as a star on the college level.